Sean Combs was a man driven by a profound and relentless hunger. It was a hunger not just for money or for nice things, but for a specific kind of recognition. He wanted to be seen. He wanted to be the center of every room, the name on everyone's lips, the undeniable force in the world of music and culture, born with an insatiable drive for stardom and a knack for spotting talent. But beneath the surface of this ambition, a different story was unfolding. This hunger, it seems, was shadowed by a deep, persistent insecurity whispering that success is fragile. That insecurity slowly curdled into a consuming narcissism. The need to be seen became a demand to be obeyed. In the early 1990s, the music industry was a landscape of giants, but a young, ambitious intern at Uptown had a vision that would change everything. His name was Sean Combs. He heard the future, blending the raw energy of hip-hop with the polished appeal of R&B and pop. He didn't just find talent, he created stars and proved he had the Midas touch. After leaving Uptown, he founded Bad Boy Entertainment in 1993, more than a label, a movement. At its heart was Christopher Wallace, the notorious B.I.G. Together they defined an era, gritty and glamorous. Bad Boy became shorthand for aspiration and cool. The hits kept coming. He stepped into the spotlight. Puff Daddy, then P. Diddy, then Diddy. The man in the shiny suit, the architect of the remix. He built a dynasty, but whispers grew. A visionary to some, a controlling figure to others. A pivotal moment came on a Tuesday in late 2024. Netflix released Sean Combs, The Reckoning, produced by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. The film chronicled his rise and a downfall amid accusations of sexual assault and abuse. It included never-before-seen footage of Combs discussing legal troubles days before his September 2024 New York hotel arrest. His arrest sent shockwaves. The process moved toward a high-profile trial. Prosecutors laid out their case. Combs' defense fought back. On July 2, 2025, a jury acquitted him of racketeering and sex trafficking, but convicted him on 2 lesser counts. It was a partial victory for both sides. His freedom lay in the court's hands. A judge sentenced Sean Diddy Combs to 50 months in prison, a $500,000 fine, and 5 years supervised release. Records indicate he'll spend roughly 3 years in federal prison, with expected release in May 2028. The docuseries took viewers inside rooms where power was allegedly wielded like a weapon. Former associates, employees, and artists painted a consistent picture. Not just a demanding boss, but someone who seemed to derive satisfaction from humiliation and control. These were specific, visceral, deeply unsettling allegations. One powerful account came via Susie Burrows, Kim Porter's ex-assistant. She described a sexual situation used as a power move in an office, staged to be witnessed. Not about pleasure, she implied. A demonstration of dominance. For Combs, power, as alleged, became an end in itself. Their testimony moved the story from rumor into the stark weight of lived experience. These allegations weren't about isolated acts, but an alleged culture he created. Power performed in plain sight, a public display of dominance. The Burrows story became a key example. The point, she claimed, was for it to be witnessed. A message, I am in control. Such performances point to insecurity. True confidence doesn't require constant proofs. Each forced witness became another piece of evidence for the ego. The workplace turned into a theater of power. Lines blurred. When jobs depend on tolerating the intolerable, consent has little room. In such a kingdom of one, dominance replaces leadership. As The Reckoning prepared to air, another battle brewed over the footage itself. Combs' representatives claimed the documentary included unauthorized footage. They argued sensitive material was exploited without consent, designed to cast him in the worst light. The dispute centered on video captured days before his arrest, a key narrative thread. His publicist said the material was never authorized for release. On Monday before the premiere, his legal team sent Netflix a cease and desist. Netflix stood firm, saying it obtained the video legally and had the necessary rights. A powerful celebrity fighting for his narrative versus a platform determined to tell its story. Ultimately, Netflix pressed play, and the world watched. When United States versus Sean Combs went to trial, the stakes could not have been higher. Prosecutors alleged leadership of a criminal enterprise with racketeering and sex trafficking as the most serious charges. Witnesses described patterns of abuse and exploitation, painting a picture of manipulation and control. The defense attacked credibility, suggesting grudges and motives of money or fame. After weeks of testimony and arguments, the case went to the jury. On July 2, 2025, jurors acquitted Combs of racketeering and sex trafficking. But he was convicted on 2 counts of transporting former girlfriends for prostitution. A complex, messy verdict. Not the kingpin alleged, not an innocent man either. For Sean Combs, the convictions sealed his fate. He was a convicted felon. Though lesser, the convictions carried a heavy price. 50 months in prison, a $500,000 fine, and 5 years of supervised release. The swagger was gone. He begged for mercy, apologizing for his sick actions. "I am sincerely sorry for all of the hurt and pain that I have caused. I lost my way, lost in the drugs and the excess." Federal records indicate he'll likely serve roughly 3 years, with release projected in 2028. Beyond shame or money, the loss was freedom itself. Years of life, a massive fine, and a record that follows forever. Power, once everything, became the architect of his downfall. The documentary's producer, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, long feuded with Combs, a complicating layer. Was it truth-seeking, revenge, or both? I think he's gonna say, "This is the best documentary I've seen in a long time." But he knows the truth. Jackson framed it as a mirror held to a man avoiding his reflection. Even in Reckoning, craft mattered. Performance and production still counted. Through alleged victims' eyes, the series asked Combs to face who he'd become. Whispers and allegations were woven into a coherent, damning narrative. It reflected not only a man, but an industry that often looked away. A catalyst that forced a long-avoided look in the mirror. This is a story about power, how its hunger can build an empire, and how its abuse can bring that empire down. From hungry intern to convicted felon, a modern tragedy of ambition and ego. The very traits that lifted him helped undo him. Is Reckoning a sentence and a fine, or something deeper? Perhaps it's accountability, confronting the harm without excuses. A court has sentenced him. The larger reckoning may be his alone. Has he truly reckoned with the man in the mirror? And what will he see when he finally looks?